Right, let's have a look at the big talking points of the second half when Leeds United were 2-0 up. And Manchester United's challenge down to 10 men, just 56 minutes into the game. Lisandro Martinez, after the intervention of VAR and John Brooks, Edwin, for violent conduct, pulling the hair of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. What do you make of this?
Yeah, of course, it's not nice. You can't do it. He's really grabbing for it. But I find a red card harsh for for that. Like it's for me it would be a yellow. It's probably in the books and everything, the rules. It's violent conduct is a red card. But that it's not nice. But yellow card is fine.
Yeah, I mean, Edwin summed it up really. It's in the rules that it's red. What can you do? What can the referee do? He gets made aware of it. He doesn't see it at normal time. I didn't see it at normal time. Not many people did, I'm sure. But then when you look at it, he does grab his hair. He does pull it. It is in the rule book.
And the players know those rules.
And the players know that. In fact, is that the third one this season? I think there's certainly been Michael Keane got sent off for Everton for doing it. Pretty sure it's the third one. But anyway, everybody knows that it's a red card. So as much as I understand what Edwin's saying, a yellow card, it doesn't feel the worst crime in the world. It's not like he's broken his leg or something. I don't know what the referee can do other than give him a red card.
How many games suspension will this be?
It's violent conduct. It'll be 3.
Will be 3?
Yeah, which is double
on top of
double pain.
Top of whatever, a red card.
Harry Maguire's coming back, but it's no consolation for Martinez, is it?
No. But it seemed to galvanise United. The handbrake was well and truly off, and Casemiro got the goal, and Old Trafford was up and believing at this point.
Absolutely, it's always nice to play this side. Well, of course, you want to win, you want to be in front and everything, but when you're down, you know that Stratford End will do something special. And when the ball goes into the box, Casemiro, it's a great header. He finds the back post and everything, and steers it to the back post. And that way, it's galvanizing the team a little bit. We got a few other opportunities after that. Some stretches, Leeds felt a little bit in panic. Sometimes they had 10 minutes of ball possession, but it was just not enough to get the equaliser done.
Yeah, they did have a couple of goal mouth incidents, shall we say, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, for once, prevented them right on the line, didn't he?
Yeah. Quite incredible,
in the end.
Yeah, I mean, full credit to Manchester United. In that second half, they did have a go, and as we all know, with 10 men for the vast majority of it, and Calvert-Lewin there at the double, I mean, quite incredible. We all look at Calvert-Lewin and think, how important is he in the other box? But that's like scoring a goal. Twice he denies Manchester United. I mean, it's a great header. From Casemiro. How good is he in the air? Incredible for someone of his size. He times and brave in the air. But Calvert-Lewin did exceptional well.
It's nice to see, like, whatever, the things that you speak before the game. So your position is 6-yard box. If the ball goes over the top of you, you drop back on the line. Sometimes you forget it. But this specific action, it was there. It saved them, whatever, the equaliser, and 3 points probably on the way to safety for Leeds United.
Absolutely. A huge intervention there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Nothing then for Manchester United tonight, a second defeat under Michael Carrick. Here's the United skipper, Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno, there was a lot to that game, but how do you assess it?
No, we gave the game away in the first half. We were not up to the game straight away with their intensity. We knew they wanted to press us 1v1. We had to be better on the first ball, but even better in the second ball. We weren't great. We gave too much space away, and we end up going 2-0 down. We had time still in the second half to turn it around, but it was not possible.
What was the message at half-time to try and change things?
No, the message was just by the manager was just for us to try to lift the standard on the intensity, try to be a little bit more aggressive, and that's it.
People will obviously be questioning the break that there's been 24 days in between matches. Do you put that down to the way that you performed tonight?
No, it is what it is. We're out of the FA Cup, so we have to blame ourselves to be out of the game for so long. That's what it is. The game was today. We had to prepare ourselves in the best way. We did, but wasn't enough to win the game today.
There was a moment as well where Martinez was sent off. He was shown a red card. How was that explained to you?
I'm not talking about the referee. If I talk about the referee, I'm going to get in very, very big trouble because the rules are different for everyone and apply different for everyone. The difference in the yellow cards, you can also see it. So it's better that I don't say anything.
OK, going forward then, still lots to play for, still in a really good position in terms of Champions League qualification. What do you learn from a game like this to go into the rest of really important games for the end of the season?
No, it doesn't change anything of what we want to achieve. We know that our aim is to stay in the top 4. It's all by our side. We have to win our games, and if we do that, we're going to be in the position we want to be at the end of the season.
Yes, they're still in a strong position. 24 days without a game, and Leeds have just played a quarter-final and got into a semi-final. Does that come into it at all in terms of that slow start, do you feel, sharpness-wise?
I think Leeds was they were all over Man United in the first half, and of course it's a reason you can point at that. 24 days, 25 days without a game. I think we've seen some pictures of people a couple of days off. They went on holiday, went to the US. The training camp in Ireland is not the same as preparing for a match. When you have a pre-season or mid-season break, let's say, but you have in Holland, and you go away for training camp a week, you know when the game is. And yeah, this period, more than 3 weeks, it's a long period. But I think Leeds deserved the win, the result in the first half. They were a better team. They were well equipped. They set out their intentions, and they got the goals. And second half, United came back, but just not enough. And so you can point at that reason, but I don't think it's a fair one.
And should credit be given to Leeds there, because we've seen a lot of teams near the bottom go to grounds like Old Trafford and put players behind the ball and just try and hit on the counter. They were right on the front foot into United faces from the start tonight.
Yeah, they were. And I don't think they know another way to play, really. I think they like that system, the energy that they've got. I thought the system played a big role, actually, in dominating that first half against Manchester United. You know, when they bring their two attacking players inside, I felt it was difficult for the full-backs to track them, especially then if the wing-backs of Leeds would go and run into that space. So the full-backs were almost staying in their positions, and then they were getting room in behind Casemiro and Ugarte as well. So I thought the system killed Manchester United in the first half, and they had to tweak it a little bit to prevent that in the second half. It's a fascinating system. It's strange, isn't it? Because Manchester United struggles so much to play with a 3 at the back. But some teams, when it clicks, it really is a hard system to play against.
Well, it was a mid-season change, wasn't it?
It was and almost forced upon him, really. Everything was going wrong, and it was like, what else can we do? And they just changed it, and all of a sudden they landed on something.
Half-time at City, yeah.
The players really got a grip of the system. As I say, it can be a very, very difficult formation to pick up. But if you play it right, it's so difficult to play against. And I think Manchester United found that in the first half.
That's interesting. But they didn't show any fear, did they, for a team in a relegation battle?
No, I must say I've not seen Leeds United too much, of course, in preparation of this game. I saw a few highlights and everything. But yeah, they surprised me very much how they set up. It was very positive. They played some nice football, great crosses into the box. Maybe United heaped some difficulties on themselves and everything. With Casemiro scanning what was getting robbed of the ball.
Was Mainu missing there tonight from Man United?
I think what Michael Carrick did exceptionally well, also bringing Mainu back in. It's a graduate of the youth system, so to bring somebody back here, I think for United it's really important to have the youth coming through. And I think he represents a certain value. So to bring him back in, making sure that he's appreciated, and I think he made a difference also in many games. And I think with the two midfielders, Ugarte and Casemiro, I think it's a little bit the same, similar type of players. Of course, Casemiro, yeah, a little bit more strength and attacking-wise than Ugarte, but I think they missed him, and I'm not really sure, even the first half, with Benjamin Sesko up front, if that was the right option to go for.
And let's remind ourselves of Leeds' dynamic start, Michael, because Manchester United were wide open at the back. And They had a warning prior to this goal, didn't they, before Okafor scored?
Well, they did, yeah. Look how much space they've got out wide there and how narrow the full-backs are of Manchester United. I thought they could have stopped that at source. Ugarte, he lets the cross come in far too easy. It's not like he's struggling. He actually tracks the run and he gets back quite well. And then slows down. I think he thinks it's under control, and then he just lets the cross come in. And that's a really dangerous cross. And obviously Edwin mentioned at half-time what Yoro should be doing. He should be aiming to head the ball right back where it's come from. Big, strong, you want your centre-half dominating in that situation. But he gets out-muscled by Calvert-Lewin, and the ball just flicks off him. And, yeah, I mean, who's the last person you want the ball to drop to? In his vein of form at the moment, Okafor knocks it in to the other side of the goal, to where the goalkeeper's sort of shuffling across too. So, amazing start for Leeds.
Yeah. And then this was 2-0. I mean, right from when Bruno Fernandes went down, Edwin. But Manchester United had numerous opportunities to clear this.
Yeah, absolutely. What we talked about in the half-time, and Michael showed the pictures with 4 or 5 times. And of course, you have play one less, but he's looking at the referee. He's going down again. We know a little bit what kind of player Bruno Fernandes is, and the referee would know that also. This was a great stop from Yoro. Wouldn't have played. Martinez played Casemiro in. I'm not sure if that was the right decision. But yeah, it's in and out. Leeds is getting the second balls, bringing them back in. And at a certain point, you see like 4 players like on the edge of the box, and yeah, it's a little deflection, so it's unlucky in that way. But well-deserved goal from Leeds to putting pressure on Man United. He scanned. He looked right first, and the guy comes in with real pace and robs him off the ball. And from there on, yeah, United second best to Leeds. In this situation.
Yeah, they had so many opportunities to clear, and the disappointing thing is, you know, one is that Fernandes is lying on the ground, but 2, once your teammates know that that's the case, then Ahmad's got to get back, Šeško's got to get back, they've got to try to help out. Manchester United cleared the ball out of the box 4 times there, but there was nobody on the edge of the box to pick up the ball, so, you know, 7 men defending, only 7 men. It's not enough, really. You've got to get most of your players behind the ball, and they didn't, and then they got punished.
Absolutely. Big win for Leeds United. Reminder, they are 6 points clear now of the drop zone with their first win at Old Trafford in the league since 1981. Right, let's speak to one of their heroes, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, live at Old Trafford. Dom, good to see you. I think I'm right in saying the first time you've won at Old Trafford, so how good does that feel? How significant for Leeds?
Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, really good feeling. We coming into the game, we came in confident, knowing that they'd had quite a long break from their last game, and we'd had obviously the FA Cup game, so we knew we wanted to start the game fast, and I think that's what we did. You know, a couple of chances early on, and thankfully Noah put his away, and we held on and got the 3 points.
Dominic, well done. It's Michael Owen here. Just looking at your season as a whole, you're in double figures in terms of goals. There looks like a real robustness about your play at the moment. Is there anything that you're doing in training or whatever to get yourself out on the pitch consistently this season and put in those consistent performances?
I think it's just momentum. You know what it's like when you're a striker. Once you get the momentum and the rhythm of playing games, it's just one after another. When you're in a cycle of not having that, it's tough to kind of get that rhythm. So thankfully I've got that this season, full of confidence, and I'm a little bit older now, a little bit wiser when I'm playing, so I know my way around a football pitch, and I think that's my experience has helped me this season, particularly with us having quite a young squad, and I've been happy to lean on that and use my experience when needed.
Dom, you're involved in 2 big incidents in that second half. First of all, the red card. I mean, did you feel that pull straight away from Martinez?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I haven't seen it back, and, oh, there you go. I don't make the rules at the end of the day. Yeah, he's probably a little bit unlucky. I don't probably think he's not meant to grab my hair like that, but I told the ref. It felt like he pulled it a little bit more than what it looks like there in real time. So, yeah, and unfortunately for him, he's been sent off.
And listen, Casemiro's goal just asked the question, didn't it? But you had a double block 5 minutes from the end that proved crucial at the other end of the pitch from your normal role.
Yeah, it was Just complete flow state. I was just in the 6-yard box thinking if anything comes my direction, I've got to try and block it. That's my role. I had one against Villa, which went just above my head. Wasn't able to flick it off the line, so thankfully today I was there in the right position. And then for the second one, I just flung a leg out and thankfully it hit me.
Very well done. Now, listen, talking of experience, you've had this at Everton a couple of times down at the bottom of the Premier League. You know what it's like. But tonight, to go 6 clear with 6 to play, I mean, what kind of injection of belief is that within the group?
Yeah, it's massive. It's massive, and obviously a big celebration after the game. I don't know if it's because I've been in this position before and I know what it takes, that I wasn't as maybe upbeat as what you might think after that performance, but it's because I know that the next one is even more important, and then the next one is more important, and we have to stay focused. We can enjoy the moment, and it's a massive 3 points. I think great for the fans as well. But for us as players, we've got to focus on the next game, and until we're mathematically safe in the Premier League, then we haven't done our job. And
because of that experience, have you spread that message? Because you've been there with Everton, you know what it's like. You don't want a Bournemouth day, do you, on the final day?
Well, that's I know how it can be, and whilst it's in your hands, you want to make sure you capitalise on that and grab it with both hands. So we just have to stay focused. I'll be, again, there when needed for the boys, and using my experience just for this final push and this important part of the season. But I think we definitely enjoyed tonight, and we can be happy about our performance.
Really well done. Good to see you. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
That's Dominic Calvert-Lewin live at Old Trafford. Joyous Leeds United. Here is the manager of Manchester United, Michael Carrick.
Michael, first of all, what did you make of the team's performance today?
We didn't start the game particularly well. We obviously conceded, which Lenny Yoro gets a forearm smash in the back of his head, and then they score the first goal. So didn't decide to overturn that decision. So that was a big moment in the game. We didn't quite have the rhythm. We didn't click. We had some moments, but it wasn't quite there for large parts of the first half. And then second half, I thought the boys, the way they went around it and stayed positive and fought for everything, and tried to get something out of the game after another shocking decision to send Leeds off. It's 2 games in a row we've had decisions like that go against us, but that one, I have to say, was one of the worst I've seen.
Well, he didn't hold back on his opinion there of the red card, but as we've already discussed, the rules are the rules. Chelsea away next. They're still in a very strong position. It's about how they respond now.
Well, what a great position Manchester United have got themselves into. When they lose to Leeds, it's such a disappointing result, but you still really fancy them to settle, you know, in 3rd position in the Premier League and qualify for the Champions League. And that's all due to the hard work and the points that they've picked up, you know, obviously in the previous couple of months. So they're in a very good position. Disappointing, obviously, and they're big rivals, Leeds United, but they've pretty much done most of the work, and they'll be in the Champions League next year.
OK.